The new Dark Invasions are finally patched into the game today, and I want to take you through this update. Very few update notes, but there are a few things that are super important to talk about here. On the Dark Invasion situation, they're not quite into the game yet. I don't know if it's going to happen at reset tonight as of the making of this video on Friday in the US, but this is supposed to happen on Tuesdays and Fridays. And on those days, it does look like they're going to offer 4 different times. They've provided them in UTC time here, so you will have to convert to your local time zone where you are in the world. But I don't know that they're exactly wanting you to try to show up to all 4. But I'll probably try to go to 2 of these a day. I think that's pretty reasonable, depending on how long it takes to defeat the boss or how many attempts we have. We don't really know. We just know that it is a coordinated assault that all leagues on the server are going to get to participate in. So it's going to be a pretty neat thing. I really hope that it's going to give us a bunch of rewards. I know I have been a little bit upset recently about all of the ship battle things that are coming into the game and the lack of PvE. But I think events like this could end up being fun. It's not too many times a week. So we'll see. It at least is offering, I think, more than what Umbral Rift gives us right now. So looking forward to seeing how this event goes in the future. And once we actually get to do it, I'll put out a short video. It'll probably be in a few days around Tuesday whenever it actually shows up. But be on the lookout for that. Couple of big changes that they've made: training simulator and crisis response battles. I think most of the crisis response battles already had this, but training simulator, they're adding a raid feature. So if you are doing training simulator and you have way higher power than the team you're going against, you will be able to just hit the raid button and you'll automatically defeat the boss and go to the next level. I think this is a positive change to help people catch up. I don't think it's a bad thing. I'm on like training sim 1566, and there is no raid function for me because it shows the enemy power, and it's way higher than my squads. It's like 20 something million, and I'm at like 13. So there's no way for me to do that raid feature at the higher levels. But if you're at a lower level, check it out. You'll get a decent amount of resources by just being able to skip through those. They added a claim all button, and I think that's another big quality of life change. Not having to sit there and click through and accept all the rewards for Supreme Commander and for your collection screen whenever you take your champions up to higher star levels. I really like that change. There have been a few optimizations and performance improvements that they've done. The last thing that they've done, and I think this is a massive change or quality of life thing for the game. We've got to go look at this in the champion screen, but I'll tell you what they did first. So you'll be able to view the effects of all levels for any skill that you select. And this is huge. You'll be able to see skill cooldowns displayed in the game. Before, we basically had to ask Naira what the skill cooldown was, and the only answer that we got that was definitive was it's around 10 seconds. And I mean, it's not really definitive, but it gave us some insight into how long these basic skills take. But now we know exactly how long, and you can see there's a decent amount of variance. So let's go take a look. And we'll start with Artemis. You can click into the skills down here on the bottom of the screen. And when you do that, number one, you're going to be greeted with a cooldown information button. Now, it will tell you the skill cooldown is 5.5 seconds here for the basic, and then it will tell you the initial skill cooldown as well. So that's kind of important, I think. Now, one thing that I want to point out for you is this first set of text is not necessarily going to tell you the current level that you're at. You do have to use your critical thinking skills and see that, okay, I'm at level 5 on this skill. You scroll down and find level 5, and that tells you what your current level can do. It's not super intuitive. I do wish that they would either add level 1 down here and have this at the top be the current level you're at, or find some way to actually highlight the skill that you're on here. But that's just probably wishful thinking for now. I want to take you into a couple of other champions. We can look at their skills. You can see that on Death Metal Wonder Woman's Metalwork skill, she has a cooldown of 20 seconds for that ability. If you click on it, it'll show the initial skill cooldown as well. And then we can go down here, and I thought this was interesting. So if you don't have that skill upgraded, it will be grayed out. So that's nice. It kind of helps you figure out where you are if you don't just look at the number here. But I do appreciate that. Like I said, I wish it would just highlight with a box around the one that you're currently at, and that would be a little bit better. One last thing that I want to point out about the skill cooldowns. So we'll go into Superman here. You can see that his heat vision ability has a cooldown of 10 seconds, and there's no force talent that allows you to reduce the cooldown of this ability. A lot of these first basic abilities will have you'll have the opportunity to reduce that cooldown by a couple of seconds. So be on the lookout for that. Be aware, but it just kind of like validates that Naira was mostly correct, that a lot of these skill cooldowns start at 10% and then you can reduce them down. And proof of that is if we go over to Supergirl, first basic skill is a cooldown of 8 seconds right now. And it's because we use that basic, the multiversal force talent, which reduces the cooldown of this ability by up to 2 seconds, and we have it maxed out. Really, really love this. I think it's going to be great for theory crafting and coming up with teams. I will definitely be adding the skill cooldown information to my website as soon as possible. I know you guys probably haven't heard much about the website lately. It's definitely in need of updating. I spent a very large amount of time this past week going through and updating kits, trying to get everything reset on the website. So we'll try to figure out a way to add these cooldowns on there as well, just so you have a quick reference. Well, that's going to wrap up this video on the most recent update patch notes for the game. I make these patch note videos pretty much anytime one of them comes out. Sometimes they're a little bit later than others, but make sure you like this video if you enjoy this type of content. And if you do like to get these update videos on a regular basis, hit the subscribe button and you will be able to enable notifications for anytime I put new videos out on the game. Otherwise, I do hope to see you in the next video.